Hello and welcome back to Trainz, a New Era. Thank you very much for joining me in this video, and we're continuing on our journey of the Freightliner down the East Coast Mainline. In the last episode we pulled out from Edinburgh and we started heading down towards, well, we're heading towards London, but we've got a long way to go. We're still in the middle of Scotland, or when I say middle of Scotland, we're on the border of England, or going towards the border of England, but we are still in Scotland at this moment in time. But we're going to be going on for another about 20 minutes in this episode, and we're just going to be pottering along, see what we find. We have a 60-mile-an-hour limit coming up, so make sure you stay tuned for the next 20 odd minutes for that. Okay, so I've just cut the throttle right now because we've got a 60 coming up, and I am going to start applying the brakes just to slow us down quite nicely. Now the brakes don't have to be applied very hard at the moment. We should be able to slow down in plenty of time. The thing is, I tend to be half decent with these brakes. I do tend to be half decent with the brakes on an engine like this. I should just kick it just a little bit more. There we go. Perfect. So the 60-mile-an-hour limit should be just in front of us. There it is. And we are down to 59 miles per hour. Looks like we've got a station coming up. Crank that up just a tad. Yep, there's the station. So giving them a clear warning that we are approaching. As we pass to the station, let's have a look at this. Come on, nice and fast. Oh, we're going to miss it through the station, aren't we? No, we're just going to miss the station. Why not? There we go. That's a little bit better, isn't it? Perhaps that can be the screenshot of the episode. Okay, 55 miles per hour. We're going to be accelerating once again. In fact, I'll start accelerating now. It's going to take time for the train to accelerate back up to 60. So if I accelerate now, we should be good for the 75. Now, I'm not sure if this is correct. I'm not sure at all if this is correct. I don't think it is. So, yeah, there we go. Right. "75 miles per hour is the new limit, and we're just going to be continuing along at that as we pass through. I'm not sure where. That's the thing. I actually don't know where we are. I literally have no clue. So we're just continuing. I got a request saying if we continue down to Newcastle. So, well, that's what I'm going to try and do. At least I'm going to try and get to Newcastle. For which I might need to do more than one episode a week. Reverser. Up to 61 miles per hour. Should we have a look outside again? Just have a look at the scenery, I guess. We've never really looked down all of the East Coast, have we? Speaking of the East Coast, that looks like the East Coast. Oh, yeah, what do you know? It is the East Coast. That's the coast of England, or the coast of Britain. There you have it. So, if we look at the map, Oxwell-Mains, whatever that is, that's where we've come from. That's where we've headed now. And that's Newcastle. Let's see if we can get up to... I assume the border is somewhere here. I'm not sure. Hopefully that loads back in. I'm going to have to figure out where the border is, really. I suppose that's what we should do in this episode. Let's try and figure out, was that red marking the border? I don't think so, because that looks too That looks like that's already in Northumberland. So I'm not entirely sure where the border would be. Unless, hang on a second, is there a... Just trying to work out. I think the border's on this Tweed, Berwick upon Tweed. There, that's the border. There we go. There we go, there's Berwick. That is the border of England and Scotland. Right there, that's the current border. What on earth? So where are we? Is that us? I think that's us. Can we get to the border? Perhaps. Let's see if we can get to the border. I'm speeding. I'm clearly speeding. I'll actually slow down. That's what you get when you're not paying too much attention. Those brakes release a lot faster than I would expect. Okay, so this is heading towards the border as fast as we can. And we'll see what we can find. I think we should be able to ease along with this. So, anyway, I hope everybody's having a lovely Friday. Pop that up. Oh dear, that didn't come down. Hello. This is nice. Good day, sir. Class 37. Still slowing down. We must be going uphill. Crank up a little bit more power. When's the next speed change? There doesn't seem to be one. I'm almost in full power. I think 70 miles per hour. That's, yeah, we do have a gradient of, what's that? 1 in 50? I think. That's a pretty steep gradient right there. No, it's not 1 in 50, sorry. That's 1 in 200. 1 in 50. It's the opposite way around, reciprocal. 1 in 200. So it's not that steep a gradient, but it is slightly steep. Definitely enough to slow us down. Need us to really crank up the... It's amazing how the field of view changes how that curve looks. That curve looks so much sharper. Also, anyone notice this? The sleepers look really odd with the different field of view. I think that one of these is the correct field of view. I'd say just this one. Yeah, this one should do the trick. Right, there's the coast. It's the coast of England, or Scotland at the moment. Will become England soon. Yeah, I'm going to crank up right to maximum power, it seems. We're just not getting the power out of this train now. Let's have a look outside so you can see the coast a little bit better. There it is. We could have put those tiles in. And now we're heading over to the border. Northumberland. And I don't know what they call it. I know it's part of the Scottish border, but is it Lothian? Lothian as well? I'm not too sure. But we are headed in that direction. It's in that general direction. Now we need that tile done. Obviously this looks like this was an older... This is now over a 1 in 100. This is much steeper. This is naturally an older DLC. Or older route. Oh, little river. That's not the border. I don't think. Surely that's not the border. No, that's not the border. There's the border. We are headed towards the border. We've got about 10 minutes to do it. I think we can do it. I think we can get to the border. Though climbing up this hill is going to really, really tax us. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But this 1 in 100 is actually slightly, like I said, slightly steeper than 1 in 100 is taxing the engine just a smidge. Just a smidge. I mean, there is a 60 mile per hour limit coming up, but literally because of the climb, there's nothing I can do. I'm in full. Oh, did that? Why did that change? I'm in full tilt. I'm going at full tilt, and I'm just holding 60 right now on this climb. So I don't have to really change anything. And in fact, it's probably helped me out a little bit. $59, there you go. But we are clearly now in the mountains, coming up to the border. Come back up to 75 soon enough. Still climbing. Still definitely climbing. Now the downhill, the descent's going to be really interesting. There is going to be a very interesting descent coming up. And then, in all honesty, it's predominantly a descent all the way into London. I don't think there are that many hills. I mean, there's a whole area where it should be flat, but generally would be going from Northumberland. It's downhill all the way to London. Ooh, that's a little glitch. Tunnel needs to be pushed out. Okay, yeah, there you go. That tunnel needs to be fixed up. That terrain needs to be fixed up too. Okay, we're now at the border, I guess. Very close to the border. At this speed, probably 5 minutes away. Maybe. Hold on, where are we on the map? No, a bit more than 5 minutes away. Maybe 8 or 10 minutes away. Let me just think. We cross that river. The problem is, because I can't see the whole map, I can't really tell where the border is. That's the issue. No, I'd say 5 minutes from the border. Yeah. Provided we can keep this speed up. Oh, here we go. Downhill. Here comes the downhill. Okay. Now, I think there must be another little uphill section coming up, surely. There has to be another uphill section. I'm fairly certain there'll be another one. But now we're really talking, it's going to start getting a little bit steeper. 1 in 200 downhill now. Should be into a 75. There we go. Now it's not showing me my next limit. That's an interesting one. But anyway, we're going to be, I think we should do part 2 into England. Okay, you can see how quickly we're picking up speed now. Now I've cranked this up into full power. $66 miles per hour, 67 miles per hour. 68, 69, 70, 71 miles per hour. No speed limit up ahead. Signal is green. 72, still descending. 73, 74. I'm going to ease up on that throttle. There we go. 75, ease up even more. Almost idle. In fact, I think idle should be good enough for us now. As we descend up to Northumberland. Is it Northumberland or Cumbria? Ooh. Can't be entirely certain. Next speed limit is 55 miles per hour in 14 miles. That has to be Berwick then. So at this speed we're doing just about, what are we doing? 1.2 miles a minute? Ah, so we're still 10 minutes away. No, surely that can't be Berwick. We've got to be closer to Berwick than that. Aren't we? Give it a little bit more power. Now I've got to be a little bit more careful with the downhill slope. Surely that can't be 14 miles away. Or in this case 13 miles away. Well, I mean, if it is, I guess we can get there in time. Into England. Yeah, let's do this into England. And then that's where I'll end the episode as soon as we cross... is it the River Tweed? I think it's the River Tweed in Berwick. Alright, come on, a bit more power. 74. There we go. 75. Back down. Just really got to be careful not to speed. It's an art, it is. Especially in trains like this, no cruise control. It is an art not to speed. And then to slow down in time too. It's a bit empty. Not that much traffic, but I suppose it is Scotland. 2 lines in Scotland. So I'm waiting until... I think once we get past Newcastle, it'll start getting a lot busier. And certainly as we start getting closer to London, so when we start getting towards Newark and Peterborough and stuff, I'm sure it will be a lot busier when we get there. 74, it's a bit more power. Just that weird echo. 11 miles to run. To the 55, that is. Still hundreds of miles to run to, what do you call it? There's speeding again. Come on, ease it off. Ease it off. Ease it off. Doesn't want to ease it off, does it? Come on. Surely you can ease that off. There you go. Okay. We can see that the gradient has been, for the most part, downhill. There, here comes some more uphill. I thought so. I knew we'd get some uphill again. I did say we'd have some uphill coming up. So we really need to start picking up the pace here. Why did that flash? Next signal green. Although again we can only assume because we can't see it. I know it says it there, but realistically we can't actually see it, so we don't know whether it's green or not. That's why we wait for the sunflower, AWS, and look visibly. But we know the one before was green, so this one cannot be a red unless it was a... No, yeah, the distance signal was not. So that's fine. That's green. That's showing clear. Oh, that is a distance signal. It's not a home signal. Okay. Gain maximum power again. 70 miles per hour. Less than 9 miles to run. Can't see the coast yet. The Scottish coast. These mountains though, familiar. Been up them. There's lots of roads that go through them. Or, well, really at that point they've become more like hills because the mountains are flattening off. It's much easier to drive up and down those than it is the ones further north. Much, much easier. 8 miles to run. Yeah, I guess that really was further than I thought it was. Compiling shaders. Just saw that up there. Give it a bit more kick. This does have a lot of friction on this train. You let go of the throttle on a level gradient and it just slows down. It really, not just friction, I think the mass of the train, it's really pulling this train back. It's rolling resistance. Everything on that is just rolling resistance, and I guess some air resistance as well. But that's got to be rolling resistance causing that. Here we go again, uphill. So I think a driver would have maps of all this, so he would know what he's doing when he's doing all of this stuff. 6 miles to the border, or sorry, 7 miles to the border. Apologies. Sorry, Scotland. Took an extra mile of your border from you. I didn't mean to. It's funny, Scotland has a very fraught relationship with England, but somehow we still get along. Look at all these walls. Farms and all these old Roman-like walls and Tudor walls, and it just shows the area you're in. Just really gives you an idea of the area we're in. Downhill once again. 6 miles to run. There's the English coast, or there's the Scottish coast, soon to be the English coast. Now we're talking East Coast. Now when they say East Coast, now they really mean East Coast. That right there is the East Coast. There you go, there's some beaches and stuff down that way. Let's get back in. That's not what I meant to do, that's what I meant to do. Again, could have just put those extra ones in, just so the sea looks like it's further away. 5 miles to run. Look at those old walls all the way along there. I have to say, if you guys like history, if you guys are interested in history, especially Roman history and Celtic and things like that, Victorian history, and or actually just really old history in general, Britain is a fantastic place to be for that, because we have things dating back thousands of years. We really do. Not again. It's very difficult to keep speed here. It really is difficult to keep speed here. Anyway. 4 miles to run. Oh, you can just see it there. You can see the River Tweed just go in at the estuary. Over in the distance. Just felt like that was necessary at that point in time. Probably wasn't. Some of the cliffs. Look at that. Don't want to be falling down that, I can tell you that now. Actually, that was probably necessary given we're going through a bit of a ravine. Compiling more shaders. As you do. 3 miles to the 55 mile per hour limit. which again, like I said, I think is the border of England. See, coast. That's the North Sea. That is part of the Atlantic Ocean, of course. I think I'll just let it coast in now. At this throttle setting. When you get to about a mile to go, maybe I should start applying the brakes. Actually, I've only got to shed 15 miles an hour. So really, it's about half a mile to go. I should be applying the brakes to shed 15 miles per hour. And that's where I'm going to end this episode. Some caravans. Look at that lovely lawn. Looks like a golf course area. It probably is a golf course somewhere. 2 miles to run. Okay. Just under 1.5 to run. So it's coasting in at 70. I'm actually now going to drop the throttles to idle. 1 mile to run. Now, that's that signal there, that's that mile. 1 mile marker. No more boards, of course. But welcome to England. Welcome to England, and thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on... Let me start braking now. There we go. Should get us slowed down. No, a bit more than that. There we go. Come on, slow us down. There you go. Perfect. I think this is England now. Yep, there you go. We're about to cross the border into England. So for that, I'm going to go outside and give you a nice view of... Now we're in England. That's the border. Can I even see the train? I can't. Can't see the train. Thank you very much for watching. There's the train. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Trainz, a new era. Leave a comment in the comments box below, letting me know what you think. Don't forget to support me on Patreon, www.patreon.com/ecgadget. Your supports would be massively, massively appreciated. Would really, really help me out. You can also follow me on Twitch if you're not watching this on Twitch, at twitch.tv/ecgadget. And you will find me on social media at ECGadgetLP. That's all from me, and I'll see you guys next time in Trainz, a new era.